Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Minnesota Vikings. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set.
54.
Right
there. 54, Mike.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. They're going to look to throw. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. He's at the 30, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 83 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
All the way back home, yo. 14, find it. These babies cry.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Daniil Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
Come on, fellas.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll set up to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
2nd and 4. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. He'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover. These guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Come on now, let's go.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. A quick throw here out to Brown. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
There, baby. Here it comes.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. It's been a long day for you. Check 31. Check 31.
Go. 40. Hey, alert.
From the 36, Wilson.
Here I come.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47.
All go special.
Alert 3. Alert 3.
They run with Pumphrey. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Your trip is here, baby.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
6-yard line.
380.
3 buzz. Tighten up.
Go 14.
Check 26. Check top bar.
They'll run here with Pumphrey. A little juke. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 39.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
It's complete to Robinson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Check 43.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Going to let one fly for Robinson. And that is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 2nd down, Cook.
Switch gears.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Set. 60 yards. Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the run. Short.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
Set, hut. 10, Tuscan. Spot 4. Big stop, D. Ball trot. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Boone. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go, let's go.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
On the Seahawks 11-yard line.
Ready? 54, right there.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the... And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown!
Adam Thielen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Seahawks nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw again is Wilson. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Double dog.
Again, Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup. Relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check three.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Danielle Hunter in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I'll go special.
Mine's 54. Mine's 54. Keep it up.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught. That's good for 28 yards. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. They come up in an offset eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Seahawks 7.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 40. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They go play action with Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you. 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll run for it with Cook. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ready.
The big boys came out to play. I've been here, brother.
They try again with Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
On the set. 58. 58. Delta. I got wide. 58. Right over there. Right.
A lifted throw here. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good work. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Again, it's Pumphrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, watch. Check Mike 54.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
I can't believe they even let you play.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Second and 13. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Cameron Jordan in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Good job.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
54. Hey, watch the ball.
They start the drive with Cook, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another first and 10.
I don't think you got it, son.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Cook stripped. The ball's out. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd and 5.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this...
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
They'll run again with Humphrey.
It's run. It's run.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
Brings up 3rd down.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaleel Johnson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Touchdown, defense.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he gets it down to the 32.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Now back to throw. Johnson's got it complete. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
That's another Vikings 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready. Go to base. 2-6. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 54.
He'll look to throw.
Hey, come on, no, come on.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Big hit.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check. Wahoo. Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Watch the screen. Pass.
Right there. 54. Right there.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw.
Pick it up.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The Seahawks take over.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Mike. Green 80. I got one. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Kill.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Safety's creeping.
One left.
On 3rd down, Fournette. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Kill.
On the run, it's Pumphrey.
Run.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle.
Nice job, bro.
A great play there. Becoming just the second player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 30, Vikings 20.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And look at this, the punt team is out there. Somebody better give them. And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And that'll be incomplete. But remember, crazy situation here you don't see often. Not 4th down yet, so they will keep possession. Not exactly sure why they'd have him throwing the ball there out of a punt formation. But they will have another shot at things as it's 3rd down now. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? First, and oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. I got to tell you, absolutely no clue what just happened there. None. But I do know it's now second down after the... And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And what is going on here? And oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defense.